Welcome, my people. Today is another exciting day. We'll be presenting to you another exciting video. It has to do with what Pastor E.A Adeboye said last Sunday concerning prayer. He alluded that it's the prayer of especially ECCG, RCCG, that makes this country not to be backward, that makes this country not to be in more serious chaos. He's trying to allude to the fact that it's prayer that is making things work against deliberate engineering, learning, and just having a skill to go out and do something. Anyways, without further ado, I will encourage you to like, share, and subscribe to this channel as we'll be bringing you more and more exciting commentaries on issues pertaining to the church and the society at large. Watch the video and just listen to what he has to say first while we come back and we do an analysis.
Okay, now this is the news. According to Punch newspaper, as 24 hours ago, it recorded that the headline says Nigeria will be far worse without prayer. Quote Adeboye, 1st June. This is the so-called man of God. And this is what the news reads. The General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor E.A Adeboye, has said the power of prayer over the nation has kept the nation sane. Some say you have been praying and fasting. Where is the result? I laugh. If we had not prayed, Nigeria would have been in a far worse state. Let's not stop. Laughable, Abi. He also declared that the RCCG operates under a divine shield, a supernatural covering that has preserved the church from calamities since its inception. Okay, we agree. Speaking on Sunday during the monthly Thanksgiving service and special prayer for security and paramilitary personnel at the RCCG national headquarters in Ebute Metta, Lagos, Adeboye added, "There is a God who rules in the affairs of men. If those praying will pause for just 1 week, the difference will be terrifying. Keep praying. God controls the heart of kings." Okay, we're listening. Adeboye preached on the topic Shadow of Almighty, talked about miraculous accounts that points that toward God, to what he described as peculiarity of RCCG under God's shadow. He said, "I never preach church or denomination, but there is something peculiar about the Redeemed Christian Church of God. There is a shield, the RCCG, shield over the RCCG, unseen but undeniably present." Adeboye recalled how a building in the United States, which hosts an RCCG house fellowship, was the only one spared in a row of 15 houses during a devastating flood. House after house was flooded, but the house number 8, the only one with a sign that reads "House Fellowship of RCCG holds here," remained untouched. He said, "How laughable. How come we don't hear all of these things in the news?" That's very laughable, because if this had happened, we will have heard it. CNN will have carried it. CNN will have carried it. He also cited a fire incident in March at Otedola Bridge, Lagos, where a blaze razed multiple buildings but mysteriously spared an RCCG structure. The building before and after were consumed, yet the RCCG building was left standing. That is not a coincidence. That is divine covering, Adeboye said as the church media team projected the image during the sermon. But how come again nobody heard this story? Only the RCCG and the pastor. How come? He emphasized that although God's protective presence may not always be visible, it is powerful and ever present for those who abide in Him. Your security is always assured in Him. Whether in peace or war, young or old, the Almighty casts a shadow of protection over His own, he declared. It's only in Africa we believe in this nonsense, that there is a protective shield somewhere that is covering you. Yes, we believe in God. God protects. But let me tell you, if you don't take security measures, you will die. Open your doors, let armed robbers enter and shoot you. You are going to die. You have to be very conscious of your security and forget about all this nonsense these people are saying. Earlier in the service, his wife pastor for blah 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 blah. Blah. I think we've captured the most important things. Okay, let's continue and go to analyze.
Accordingly, as you can see, this is from Google, the most religious countries in the world. Now, this is the rating. You see India, Saudi Arabia, Egypt 3, Qatar 4, United Arab Emirates 5, Israel 6, Turkey 7, Jordan 8, Iran 9, Oman 10, Nigeria is number 11. And look at all these countries from Iran, Oman, Jordan, Turkey, Israel, UAE, Qatar, Egypt, Saudi Arabia, India. These are non Christian believing nations. So if it's the prayer of Christians that makes Nigeria not to delve into more chaos, how what's happening to these other countries that are non-Christian countries that don't believe in what we believe in, but yet they are developing, they are way, way, way more developed than us. What's really happening? So that's the question we need to ask ourselves. And apart from that, if Nigeria was to try by prayer alone, right? How come that, like I said, all of these countries are doing a lot better than us, and Nigeria is the 11th in the list of most religious countries, but yet worse is way, way more underdeveloped than even the countries that are ranked lower. So there's something that has to be wrong. So the claim that a flood came and carted away, did flooded about a dozen houses and did not flood the house because there was RCCG banner saying prayer meeting, be home sale, who's here, and all of that. To me, it doesn't hold water. So we have to wake up as Africans and just start believing in what we know is the truth and not all of these things that we hear on the pulpit. And how come these people always have stories without proofs? How come CNN never carries any of these stories? BBC never carry any of these stories? It's only on the pulpit we hear these stories. Tell me one person in your neighborhood that has experienced any miracle from these men of God. And I promise you, whatever earning I get from this video, I'll give you a part of it. Peace. Let's discuss in the common sense session and you tell me what you feel about what I'm saying, if I'm right or I'm wrong. Peace.